So I'm here in Da Nang, Vietnam, one of my favorite cities in the world and one of the cheapest cities in the world. I will show you how to live like a king and blow you guys away with how cheap it is to live great in Da Nang. So basically what I did was I pulled up the InDrive app and I waited until I can get the actual set amount, which it says 31,000. And then I went over to him and I said, how much did you say? And he said, oh, 300, let me see. And I showed it to him. As soon as I showed it to him, how much you say? HSBC, Dragon Bridge. I do 31,000. Oh, no, see? Too much.
Thank you.
Too much. That's what I tell you. It's too, InDrive, too cheap. So like I said, you always want to negotiate, and you guys always don't take these kind of taxis. You don't want to take. They're just out here waiting. And if you think they're out here waiting to make a little bit of money, you're definitely wrong. So you want to stay away from all these kind of taxis like this, because they're basically here to just overcharge people. The people on Grab have a set fee, a set booking price. And even if these guys will tell you, even if they'll tell you, yes, same, don't believe them, because what they'll do is they'll either drive you around or they'll bump the price up at the end, or they'll give you, oh, I didn't tell you that it was this. So always try to avoid these kind unless you're in a bad situation and you have to take it. But like I said, here you have Grab and you have the other app that I was telling you guys about called InDrive. So that's what we're gonna take today, is InDrive. I heard it works in the Philippines and I heard it works at Thailand. Is this it?
5, yes.
This is it?
Yeah.
So this is our buddy right here. He's gonna take us for 31,000 and we're going all the way to the Dragon Bridge.
Ciao.
Hello. Thank you. So as we jumped in the InDrive, we took this across town, and basically it was about a 10, maybe a 15-minute drive, which I mentioned earlier. It only cost 31,000, which is roughly about $1.25. So extremely cheap here whenever you're taking public transportation. Grab, on the other hand, would have probably been 50% more, which is the main reason I use this app, InDrive. But anyways, so we just cruised over the bridge. This is one of my favorite bridges right here, called the Dragon Bridge. On Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, they have a Dragon Bridge show, which basically this dragon will spit fire and water out. So it's a really cool sight. So we're at the first order of business right here, which is always to go get your money. Get your money first, so that you can make sure that you have cash, because in Asia or Vietnam specifically, cash is king. Sometimes you can use card, but the majority of the time you can't. So what we're gonna go do is we're gonna go get cash out, spending money plus my rent money. So a big thing here in Vietnam is there's some banks that only allow you to take out a certain amount of money in one transaction. This bank, called HSBC, is the only bank that I know of that allows you to take out 10 million at one time. So, which is about maybe 400 US dollars. And you might say, oh, that's no problem, I'll just do another transaction, which you can, which is perfectly fine. But for people that are worried about being charged all the fees, there's multiple fees that come along with each transaction. So say you needed to pay rent, which I do on this Sunday. My rent's gonna be 14 million VND, and this bank will only allow me to pull out 10, so I gotta make 2 transactions. So it's gonna charge me 2 different conversion rates and transaction fees. So it might not sound like a big deal, but if you take out cash multiple times in a month, those fees start to add up. Luckily, luckily my bank, Charles Schwab, refunds me back all my processing fees, ATM fees, any fees associated with ATM and purchases. So I'm lucky in that aspect. But a lot of people that are not United States American citizens or don't have the Charles Schwab account get hit with those fees, and they can add up quickly. So that is a big thing. So let's go in here, let's go grab our rent, and then I'll show you guys what to do next. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you know where your wallet is. I usually leave it right here. I will put my card in and I will start the transaction. You always want to make sure that you have your wallet and your ATM card at the end, because that's your lifeline. You do not want to be out of the country without your ATM. So we're going to hit other amount. It's asking for your PIN. I can't let you guys see that. Now it'll ask me current card, credit, whatever your choice is what you're going to do. Key in the amount. So we want 10 million. Make sure you don't hit too many zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's 1 million. So this will be 10 million. Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma. 10 million. So we're going to hit OK. We are satisfied with that. Continue with the HSBC conversion or continue without. You always want to do without, because that's a larger fee. Plus with my bank, it will not refund me if I do their conversion rate. And now it's telling me that it's going to charge me $200,000, which I'm going to get credited back at the end of the month. So yes. So now let's grab our wallet, and our money should come out right here. Here's the 10 million amount. Take card. We're going to make sure to grab this. There it is. Like I said, the most important thing is your card. And now, oops, my card fell. And now we want to grab our money, 10 million. And remember, like I told you guys, I need 14 million for rent. That can only give me up to 10 million. So now I got to do one more transaction. So we're going to slide this in. And we're going to do exactly what we just did before. So there it is. As you guys can see, it's a huge amount. Every bill is a 500,000, $500,000 bill. I got out 15.5 million. 14 million of that is going to be for my rent. So we just finished up with the ATM machine. Like I said, this is the bank that you want to go to, HSBC. There's only 2 of these that I know of located here in Da Nang. One is at the airport and the other one is right here, which is just right on the other side of the Dragon Bridge. And to recap, the reason why I went to the HSBC is because this is the only bank that I know of, and I've checked out a lot of them, that allows you to take 10 million out at one transaction. So that's going to lead me to my next tip, which is rent. Rent is usually going to be your biggest expense while traveling, and especially here in Da Nang, it's going to probably be your biggest expense. So how I do it is I cut out the middleman. I don't go through agents, I don't go through Agoda, I don't go through anyone, especially if I'm going to stay long term. So what I do is I get on Facebook So what I do is get on Facebook. I go into a group like expats in Da Nang. And what I do is basically I will post my requirements. I will say I'm here from X amount date till X amount date. Maybe let's say I'm here from July 1st to August 1st. And I will say, here's where I want to stay. Here's my requirements on what I want in my place. And here's my maximum budget. And then what I'll do is I'll post that in the expats or whatever Facebook group that you're going to in your city. And then what you'll do is you'll just sit back and you'll start getting a lot of messages. You'll get messages from all kinds of people, landlords, agents, everything. And then that's the time that you want to weed everything out. And it takes a little bit of time to weeding things out, but it will really save you some money. For example, I'll include in this video my apartment or my condo that I stay at. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and it's right on the beach. And I got it for $550 US. and that includes water and electricity, Netflix, and my internet. So it's a great deal for me. I love it. I love the place. I've stayed there on and off for the past year. Not that specific unit, but I've had the same landlord, and I've kind of bounced around from her 2 different units. I would highly recommend it. I'm literally 1 block off the beach. I'm literally maybe a 3-minute walk from the beach. So I would highly recommend negotiating directly through a landlord or going through Facebook groups to negotiate your stay. So another great thing is I don't give any deposit. I don't put down an extra month. I just move in. And you got to kind of be tough with the negotiating, because some landlords will, oh, no, I won't rent to you, or you have to put the security deposit back, or you have to pay the electricity separate. I always refuse to do that. And I've been here on and off for a year in Da Nang, and I have a 100% ratio of not paying security deposit or not having to pay electricity on top of the rent. So if you negotiate hard, you can definitely find what you're looking for. Now, also the other cost that's usually associated with traveling is going to be your entertainment. Some people, entertainment is way up there. It all depends on yourself. Myself, my entertainment budget is very low. I don't really spend too much money on entertainment. The reason why is I'm frugal in that aspect, and also I enjoy a lot of free entertainment. Free entertainment, things such as going to parks, going to the beach, or going to cafes, going to restaurant places where you spend just a little money. So most of my entertainment is usually either free or very cheap. But depending on your budget and your interest, your entertainment budget can go up a lot. So those 4 things are where you're really gonna spend the bulk of your money. And if you can kind of balance it out or get it together before you go out and travel, you will really stick much tighter to your budget and have a better chance of saving money. So to recap, the 4 different aspects that you're gonna spend your most money on is gonna be rent, it's going to be food or restaurants, your 3rd is gonna be transportation, and your 4th is going to be entertainment. There's a 5th category that I don't always throw in there, but I will kind of keep you guys aware of. It's called miscellaneous. Miscellaneous is gonna be anything that you're not really planning. Let's say you get sick and you need to go get some cough medicine, or let's say you need your razor breaks and you need to go get a new razor, or you run out of shampoo, which obviously I don't need shampoo, but those kind of things are always going to pop up. So what you want to do basically is you want to have a little budget for miscellaneous just in case, or you can kind of factor that into your entertainment budget or another one of your budgets. So I would highly recommend having those 4 budgets and kind of having a pre-planned budget either per day or per month of what you want to spend in each one of those categories. So we just kind of accidentally stumbled on this little neighborhood right here. It's kind of a tucked away type of I guess residential area. It was pretty cool. It had all these murals, and there's actually like a kind of little bit of a community or a little bit of a city back here. It's could not tell from the street that this place was here, and it goes back pretty far. It's kind of crazy that there's a whole thriving community back here, and it's cool because it has all these nice little murals that I'm assuming that these locals kind of put together and painted, I guess. So on the point that I was making earlier was I try to take advantage of as much free entertainment as possible. I mentioned parks, I mentioned the beach, or just anything that's free or very low price that you can get value out of. And here's some of the examples. Like we just kind of stumbled accidentally on this street that has just tons and tons of these free murals. I'm gonna pop this location up just in case anybody is curious to come take a look at this spot. I'm gonna include a Google Maps location. I don't think it actually has a name, but I will put the location up there so if you guys want to stroll down here one day and just take a look at it, it's pretty cool. I've been in touch with a lot of other travelers and they always say to me, hey, you budget so well, what's your secret? And I literally just tell them the same stuff I'm telling you guys. Just pre-plan, keep your budget, and I just tell them simply, you want to watch over your budget. You want to keep your rent low, you want to keep your food low, you want to keep all your main bills reasonable. So to summarize everything, basically for me to live a great, nice, comfortable life here in Da Nang, Vietnam, it cost me about 900 US dollars. That includes my apartment, that includes my food, that includes transportation, entertainment, miscellaneous things, anything extra, anything that you can think of in my monthly budget runs me at right around $900. And if I try, I can knock that down a little bit lower. Probably no lower than 800, but 850 bucks is definitely accomplishable. So please, if you got any value out of this video or you enjoyed it, please hit the like and the subscribe button. It shows my video to a larger audience whenever I gain more followers, which allows me to make more videos, and it allows me to give you guys more tips and tricks because I can go around and experience and explore more. So once again, I really, really appreciate you guys watching the video. And like I always say, happy travels. If you guys stick around for a little bit longer, I'm gonna show you how I splurge some of that small, tiny little budget that I have every once in a while. So stick around, I'm gonna take you to one of my favorite local cafes and show you how I spend some of my money. Okay, anywhere here.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of sweet potato fries, but I always get the sweet potato fries when I'm here. For some reason, they're good, they're cheap, less than $1 for this nice big order right here. And for some reason, I like them. In USA, I've had sweet potato fries a few times, and I've never really cared for them at all. But I dip them in this little sauce, and they're perfectly seasoned, and they're not bad at all. So almost lost it right there. Thank you. Thank you. And it looks definitely the same as I remember it. This is one of my favorite teas. There's the cream cheese at the top, the caramel ice blend. It's a huge cup. I mean, this is maybe a 22, 24 ounce, and it's right around $1.50. So you can't beat that price. I guess that's a mango something juice. That one was right around $1. So let's try it. The moment of truth. Does it taste like last year? It's good.